Hello everyone, I'm Carp and I'm back with another One Piece video. This time I have a surprise for you. My good friend SeaTactics agreed to do a video about the live action trailer. So how is everything going, See?
It's going pretty well. When you asked me to do this video, I was like, hell yes. Carp is like one of the smartest people I know that talks about One Piece and stuff like that. Anything to, help out a friend and create content. And I think we both as well. Before this, we had a lot of trouble making our own videos on this. I did like 2 of them, and I was just like, I don't know. Like after some point, I was just like, I think I'm just gonna stick with, doing the manga instead of just reacting to the live trailers.
Yeah, and I thought this was a fun idea, and I'm happy that you agree with it. Now then, I'm a big time fan. I've been a fan of One Piece for more than a decade.
Yeah.
You just started. What are your general thoughts about it?
Well, I think for me, the first thing... Well, firstly, I guess, as well, like a preamble to all this, is I watched the 4Kids version when I was a kid, and I have the most memories of that watching the Arabasta arc, or the Alabasta, or whatever people call it. But besides that, like, actually getting into it and reading it, now that I'm moving on to... Like, I just started last night reading Sky Island, Skypiea, and it's just full of adventure. It's got a lot of fun characters, and it does something that I think a lot of other series don't do, which is, or at least recently, there's definitely a lot of series that do this, but it's very unique, where just series after series of grimdark stuff, like, Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer or whatever, you have this, which is a very lighthearted adventure. It's like Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean, and it has that kind of feel to it, and I love it. I think it's amazing.
And it's very, very goofy in its art style and everything.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why people didn't have much faith in this live action. What did you think before watching the trailer?
Oh, I thought it would be horrible. I mean, I saw the previews, and the previews did bring me, like, a monicum of hope. I was like, okay, the preview's not bad, but it's a preview, it's a teaser of the actual trailer to come. This could literally just be the best part of the entire series. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I come from a long history of being disappointed by live action. FMA, Kakegurui, even though I like that one a little bit. And just there's so many of them that are bad. I mean, the most infamous one, Dragon Ball Evolution. So I didn't think it was ever going to be Dragon Ball Evolution bad, because I don't think live actions have been that bad since then. But yeah, my thoughts about this and my expectations were pretty much in the gutter, so to speak.
Very different from me, that I had not high hopes, but I did believe this could work. So let's see the trailer then.
Yeah.
So we start with Gold Roger, or Goldie Roger as we know then in Drum Island.
Mm-hmm. He looks great in this adaptation. I love his outfit. I love his actor. I love his voice. I thought all of that was really, really good. And I like how, like, some of the stuff you see here, like, it's very worn down. It looks very lived in. Yeah, and it looks great. I mean, I think you showed me last night a fan recreated this entire trailer with the animation and just laid the audio over it. It was awesome. And it really goes to show how faithful this looks.
Yeah, even the mustache that is goofy looks good.
It does. Yeah, and the shot there, the Going Merry and Luffy and Baratier. It's very good shots.
What do you think about the crew now that we're seeing them?
We've had I don't know, like a couple weeks ago since this came out, so I've had some time to ruminate on it. Like Sanji here, I think Sanji looks perfectly fine. He's almost like, he looks like he's out of like Reservoir Dogs or something, which is, highly stylistic and stuff. And each of them like pop out, and I know you told me the character designs are all from like cover stories and art from that Oda had created over the years, and that's awesome. I think overall the casting and just in terms of visual presentation is pretty solid, like pretty spot on.
This guy here, did you read, like I told you, the cover stories?
I did. Garp plays a huge role. When I first saw him in the live action, I was like, oh my god. I think he's like one of the most perfectly casted characters. He just has an awesome look to him. He's just got the perfect imposing look that not many, well, I guess many One Piece characters have that, but not very outwardly this early into it. I mean, the only person I can compare him to, besides himself in the cover stories, is like He's kind of got this crocodile kind of like overarching bad guy vibe. But the thing is I don't think he's a bad guy either. We'll see. I don't know anything about him.
Except the cover stories that barely touch his character.
He's awesome. Yeah, these costumes are amazing.
Yeah. Then we have this smile.
Yeah, I think you were talking about this. What do you think about this?
Oda's style, his smiles are very distinct. This encapsulates it perfectly. It's a very good shot too. Very good CG here.
Yeah, pretty solid. I like the performance of the actor for Luffy. I think he's really good.
Iñaki Godoy.
Yeah, perfect casting in my opinion.
And I wanted to talk about this. These two are practical sets.
It's just there's something about practical that is sorely missed in production, and it's awesome to see it. Like, it really is. It makes the series look more grounded and authentic.
They do it such a good job of placing stuff that we only see on a page that is very goofy and made it somewhat believable.
Yep, I agree.
We have Alvida.
Yeah, Alvida looks great. I love this shot. Not sure what the flare is. Was that ever in the series, the flare?
There's something like that happens in the 5th saga. I don't know if it will serve the same purpose, but it does happen.
Okay.
And this scene here is straight from the manga.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, this is an awesome scene. They're Jolly Roger.
What are your thoughts about the Mary?
Oh, I think the Going Merry looks great. I know they changed the head of it a little bit. I think you told me some people got mad about that.
And the Going Merry is very well loved. It's even in the character polls for popularity polls.
Really? It's an iconic design.
When we first saw the trailer, you immediately noticed this. It kind of looks like a prop.
It does. Like, you can see how, like, the hilt of the blade, some of the paint sort of bleeds into the blade itself. Makes it look kind of plasticky, kind of foamy. Honestly, I'm perfectly okay with that. I imagine to get something like this recreated, it would take them, thousands of dollars. So it makes sense that they would cheap out on some things. And as well, much easier to wield a prop than it is a full-on, 25-pound blade or whatever it is.
We have Kuro here and Mary. Mary looks fantastic. We don't see Kuro for obvious reasons. We don't want to spoil anything. But Zero Village, not the most loved arc. I know that you've grown to dislike it more with time.
Yeah.
Do you think they will make it better?
With the live action, they have a really good opportunity to correct some mistakes that I saw and some mistakes that a lot of people see in this arc. Because I know it's not like the most beloved arc ever. I think they're going to make the Syrup Village arc better because, I think right here as we see the visual presentation of Kuro and stuff, it looks totally different.
I hope so, and I hope that Kuro has a better plan.
Yeah, I imagine he will.
Buggy.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Buggy. Buggy is, besides Garp, every time I look at Buggy, I kind of get goosebumps, and I feel like I want to get really emotional. And I don't know why that is. He looks great. Perfect casting, perfect costume design. Truly amazing.
Yeah, I even like his voice.
Yeah, his voice in this, I agree. It's fantastic. When he yells out his special move and stuff, that's iconic in this trailer for me.
This scene is interesting because we have a fishman.
We do, yeah.
That looks great, by the way, but he's in the Baratie.
A little out of place.
What do you think about changes in the story?
I think if someone goes in and they're expecting there to be no change, then they are really out of touch, because this is going to be 8 episodes and it's going to cover the first arc of One Piece, and that's going to mean there's going to be a lot of cuts. That means that the people that are making this and writing the script actually want to make this a watchable thing. They just don't want it to be like a greatest hits mashup of random scenes. They want it to be a story that flows from one scene to another, has arcs, has story development, has rising and falling action. And it's important that we know that they're doing this. So changes to me are actually a necessity. And if they didn't change anything, I would sort of be disappointed. And I think that would spell actually sort of not disaster, but maybe a bad omen of what this adaptation could be.
Yeah, and we have to think too, the East Blue Saga is one of the only sagas that doesn't have an overarching villain, and I believe they are making Arlong the overarching villain of this series.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. That's just an awesome moment. I love their dialogue back and forth.
Yeah, Sora and Sanji interactions are iconic, and I hope they make it as iconic in the series.
Yeah, same.
Bellamere.
Yeah, Bellamere. Awesome stuff. I know people have said, like, Nami's character doesn't feel like Nami. What do you think about that? Is that just a trailer thing, or do you think he's going to be really dry in this series?
I hope it's a trailer thing, because I've heard Emily Rudd, the actress, talk about One Piece. She's a really big fan, and she's a really big fan of Nami. So I want to believe that she wouldn't accept changes that big in her character. Arlong. What do you think about Arlong?
I mean, I like his overall design. It fits Arlong in terms of, you know, the idea behind it. Over time, though, I'm starting to agree with a lot of people that he doesn't look as physically as imposing as he should. He should be like an 8-foot tall, like, fish man, right? And this, he kind of looks like a man fish. It's not like the end of the world, but it is one of those things where it's like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, I wish they would go in and post and at least just, like, mask him out and make him bigger in special effects.
Yeah, one of my problems I think I had before the trailer was, were they going to make the villains 8 foot tall? And I didn't like that idea, but I do agree that Arlong looks like just a guy.
He does, yeah.
And in terms of his demeanor, I've heard people saying that he doesn't feel like Arlong. He doesn't have that confident smile that he always has in the manga and in the anime.
I think that could be a trailer thing, though. Because I agree, he definitely doesn't have that cocky, brash smile where he's like, he knows he's better than everyone, and he can just manipulate and, you know, become the ultimate opportunist in any situation. He doesn't have that in this trailer. But, like, there hasn't been any context in the trailer that we've seen of that. So we haven't even seen hints of that.
Well, this is a trailer after all.
It is.
Oh, this scene.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. Already, it seems like they nailed it, in my opinion. Just the way she covers her mouth and her face, and Luffy puts the hat on her. That's the way it is in the anime and the manga. So it's pretty great.
They have to get this right. Shanks.
Yeah, that's another one where I've kind of changed my mind. I initially was like, oh, he looks pretty good. Now I'm like, yeah, he does kind of look like a dad cosplaying at a cosplay convention with this on. I still don't think that means like he looks terrible. Like, I think it's just down to execution at that point.
Yes, and I think we need to see him acting.
Mihawk. Yeah, he looks amazing. Yeah, this part in the trailer gave me goosebumps. So I was like, oh my god, they did it.
They did it. And even the contacts don't feel out of place.
Feels natural. That's good too. Like that design is straight out of the manga of that monster. Like, it looks exactly like it.
And at the same time, it doesn't look goofy, and I think that's amazing. This is interesting because I didn't believe they would be brave enough to do a Gatling gun.
And they did.
And they did, and it looks great.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Pretty solid.
Maybe Arlong falling does look a little bit weird.
Yeah, it definitely looks like people are tugging on a harness he has on. That's what it looks like to me. Iconic moment.
He even has the same t-shirt.
Oh yeah, that's right, he does. Also as well, I think Shanks here, his stature, the way he looks, I think this is another reason why we should wait and see with him.
There we see a better shot of the Mary.
Yeah, you can see how they changed it from being the mouth closed, a little bit more rounded, to more the shape of a goat head.
Screaming at you with those empty eyes.
Yeah. Signalizing that Luffy is coming. Such a good shot right there.
Very good shot, and also Nami is there.
Yeah, that's another thing. She wasn't there in the manga or the anime. She stuck behind for a while, and she was not in the fight. She was like kind of in the crowd watching Luffy and Arlong fight. I think that's a good change.
I also think that is a good change because it was kind of disappointing that in Nami's arc, she didn't have a great part in the last chapters.
Yeah, which is sort of underwhelming because she had that big moment with the please help me scene, so also a good line.
Good delivery.
Full trailer, I think, was just a home run. And you told me, like, right there, for example, there's, like, people that are supposed to be, like, hundreds of chapters in the future, which shows the amount of detail and how much they're looking forward in the future, even though we don't know if this is going to get a full adaptation or not. We have to obviously wait and see if it's successful.
Kobe, let's talk about Kobe. What do you think about him?
He looks exactly like Kobe. He looks great.
And he will have a big role in this series, apparently. A lot bigger role than he has in the manga.
Yeah, and honestly, that's pretty cool with me. I think Kobe was a pretty solid character, and I don't think it harms anything to see more of him.
Here is the last one, that you just started the Sky Island saga, so you remember him.
Yeah, Bellamy is absolutely insane. I loved him in Jaya, and the fact that he's here just goes to show that there's a lot of detail put into this, and I hope we get the second season, which focuses on Arabasta. I hope we get there. I hope we do. Fingers crossed.
August 31.
I'm excited. Do you think they're going to show any more trailers or anything like that?
I don't think so, and I hope they don't, because they've already shown a lot. Did this trailer change your mind about this?
Oh yeah, like I said at the beginning, like I went in with almost the lowest of lowest expectations, and I went away from this going, this could literally be the heralding of anime live action becoming a huge thing. This could literally, if it is good, like if it's insanely successful and popular and drives a lot of people to this franchise, then for better or for worse, I think for worse, we're gonna see a lot more anime live action. A lot more. I think we're probably going to see another Cowboy Bebop adaptation. I think we're probably going to see another crack at Dragon Ball Z, sadly. I think we're going to see a crack at basically a lot of the shonen. I think we're probably going to see a Naruto one. Like, probably going to see a lot of just anime series and manga series make it to Hollywood, if Hollywood exists, by that point, but that's a whole other discussion. We're gonna see a lot if this is successful, so maybe a monkey's paw situation. We'll have to see.
And I know that there are already many on the works. Death Note is having another adaptation.
Boo.
Naruto, they are talking about it, and a lot more, and this could give them a big push forward.
This could throw gasoline on the fire, and I think it sort of already has to some degree.
Well, we are very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Can't wait.
This is a great year to be a One Piece fan.
It is. I think it's a great year in general to be an anime fan too.
Well, this was a great experience, and I hope you liked it.
Well, I first want to say it was an honor being on the channel. It was an honor doing a video with you. I appreciate you having me on. I'm grateful for that. I'm very happy for One Piece fans. Very happy for myself because I got, more stuff to watch, right? And honestly, I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this.
And thank you for being here and accepting to do this video.
Subscribe to Carp as well.
And check SeaTactics channel.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'll see you all in my next One Piece video. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.